A lot of beauty related favorites for January. I'm actually working on kind of curating my skincare routine just because I'm getting older and I figured it's about time to invest in my skincare. So I'm getting everything together and I kind of want to shoot a skincare video pretty soon. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, please let me know, and then also let me know what you guys use for skincare. I'm 27 now and I'm starting to experience a little bit of like fine lines and whatnot, so I think it'd be kind of a good time to invest in some really good masks, or kind of make it more of a routine or more of a thing. Or like, what do you guys do if you guys see fine lines? It's kind of bumming me out a little bit, just because, I mean, I know it's a common thing, everyone gets old, but I've been graying for the past couple of years because of my thyroid condition, and it's just gotten so much worse recently. And then every time I get sick, like with anything, like a cold, I just like got back from the stomach flu. Every time I get sick, I just get so many white hairs that just grow into place. So when I was younger and I had a lot of white hair, I just told myself, oh, it would be cool because I still have great skin, I can still just take care of my skin. But now my skin's actually starting to turn on me. So just, if you have any suggestions, please let me know because I'm desperate at this point. But anyway, for skincare, I remember watching Gilmore Girls, and there was this one episode where she was like, you need to take off your makeup every night because if you don't, you're gonna look like this woman. And it was this lady who had like a plastic face, basically. It was really scary. But in all honesty, before this, I wasn't someone who would take off my makeup every single day. I would sometimes sleep in it, remove it in the morning when I take a shower. I always figured I just don't wear that much makeup, so it wouldn't really matter. But I'm starting to see how it really does matter, because you get fine lines and whatnot, and then also breakouts, obviously. So this right here has been a blessing because it makes removing my makeup super easy. It's the Milky Jelly Cleanser, and I actually have a promo code for GLOSSIER, so if you're interested, you get $5 off plus free shipping and handling. So the coconutbalm.com just came back into stock. It's been out of stock since like summer. Right when I saw that it was in stock, I used my own coupon code to purchase it, so I'm really excited for that to come. So how I use this is that I put 2 to 3 pumps in my hand, and on my dry skin I just rub it in completely. And I don't wear mascara every single day, but recently I started wearing mascara, and so I'll start with my eyes and then go all the way up to my eyebrows. And it's really hard to remove like an eyebrow stain, but this actually takes it off. And then if I need to, if I'm wearing like a bold lip like this, I'll add one more pump and just rub it into my lips, and then rinse everything off, and then pat dry with a paper towel. And I love Glossier. Everything that Glossier has put out in the past, I've loved. And I didn't think that I can like anything more than the skin tint, but this is a miracle. I just love it so much just because it takes everything off so easily. It doesn't burn my eyes. So I highly recommend trying this out. I actually made a video on this product. I'll link it right down below. It smells like rose water. It's gentle on eyes, but tough on impurities, so definitely try this out. All right, next for skincare. So I've already mentioned this before, I think like last year, but this is Cocoveet. So I used to have a giant tub of this stuff in my bathroom at all times, and I used up the entire thing, and then recently I went into Anthropologie and I saw this, and I actually bought the last 2-ounce one. And the reason why I like the 2-ounce one so much is because it's a much smaller container, so it's just a lot easier to like have around or to travel with. And when I had the big tub of this stuff, I used it for everything. Like I used it on my skin, my hands, my hair, to shave my legs. But for the smaller container right here, I've been using it just as like my face moisturizer, and it's been working out great. For those of you who don't know what Cocoveet is, it's a coconut oil. It's 100% raw, cold pressed, organic. It's just a great product, and the owner is like a really sweet woman. But the reason why this is so different from any other coconut oil that you can get anywhere else, they press from fresh coconuts. So it's just a very fresh product. The smell of the coconut doesn't linger. So if you decide to use that as a body lotion and then you want to apply your perfume afterwards, you can totally do that. And the major thing for me is that the texture is different. The texture of this is a little bit more creamy than a normal coconut oil. It's hard for me to explain, but a normal coconut oil, whenever I break it with my finger or like with a spoon, when I scrape it out of the container when it's hard and cold, it's almost like a scrub in a way. Like there's all these like little granules and whatnot, and then you warm it up and it melts into your skin or whatnot. But with this, it's a lot more creamy. So when you swipe your hands in it, it's a lot more smooth of a texture, so it sinks into my skin a lot easier. But anywho, if you're around in Anthropologie, then stop in and try this product out, because they have little testers everywhere, and you'll see what I mean. It's a much better coconut oil in my opinion. All right, so the next product is what I have on my lips right now. So you guys all know that I love matte cream lip stains and whatnot. So the one that I've been using for a long time is the Sephora brand one. The only thing is that the doe foot applicator is a little bit harder to apply, and then this came out. This is the MAC Retro Matte liquid lip color, and the color I have is called Feel So Grand, and I've been using this so much since I got it. I love it because the tip is just perfect. It's like a really strange, like flat, and it comes to a point. It almost looks like a red blood cell with like a point to it. It's just a really cool applicator tip, and because of the little point, it makes it a lot easier to like fill your lips, so you don't need a lip liner. So what I do is I kind of just like do the Cupid's bow and then right in the center on the bottom first, and then I fill everything in, and it dries down to a complete matte finish. So if you like the Sephora brand one, I think you're gonna like this a little bit better. It is a little bit more expensive. I think it's like $20 as opposed to the $14 you would pay for the Sephora brand one. I think the tip though, the applicator, makes all the difference though. It just makes applying it so much easier. So I've been loving this. And before I apply a matte lip cream, I like to moisturize my lips. And what I've been using is this right here, which is the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Lip Therapy. And it's petroleum free, so I like to use this in the morning, like right after I moisturize and everything. I'll put this on my lips and let it sink in completely. And then right before I apply my lip color, I'll wipe off the residue. But it's a great product. It doesn't really smell like anything. It's a little bit minty. I feel like whenever I put this on and then follow it with like a matte lip color, my lips aren't nearly as dry at the end of the night. So I really like this, especially these two together. So if you're looking for a very nourishing lip balm that doesn't contain petroleum, definitely give this a go. All right, moving on to hair. So every time I get out of the shower, I use about 2 products in my hair. I use like a leave-in conditioner and then a pomade, just a little bit of a pomade to kind of just lay down my hairs, because I have a lot of baby hairs around here and up here. So for the past few years, I've used one from a brand called Aveda. I have a little bit left, but I've been using the same tub for years, so I got kind of bored of the product. So I went to an Aēsop and found this right here. This is the Violet Leaf Hair Balm, and I've been just super excited to use it every time I get out of the shower from washing my hair. It's not like a pomade texture, it's more like a cream texture or a moisturizer texture. And what I do is I just dip my finger into it and then spread it in my hands and then rub it into my hair. So it's almost like putting lotion on your hair. I love the smell of it. It's just a very calming scent. It doesn't get greasy or weigh down my hair like my Aveda one can sometimes. It's just a lot lighter, and once it dries and sets into your hair, it's a lot more bouncy and there's a lot more movement to it. I don't think this is a product for guys who want like a nice, thick, firm pomade. It's more for someone who wants to control their frizz or like their baby hairs. So yeah, if you have baby hairs, this is for you. And for my leave-in conditioner, I've been using this right here, which is the It's a 10 Potion 10 Miracle Styling Potion. My aunt is a hairstylist and she gave all the girls in my family one of these for Christmas, but everyone was super excited about it, especially me, because I love It's a 10. I've been using it for quite some time. The only thing about It's a 10 is that it's super expensive, so whenever I run out, like I try to look for cheaper alternatives. But I love this because I'm so used to spraying in my leave-in conditioner, so when I get out of the shower, I'll spray it here and there, and sometimes I'll miss some spots. With this, I just kind of pump out like a quarter size amount and then rub it into my hands and then rub it into the ends of my hair, and everything stays. And I remember the first day that I used it, after my hair completely dried, all the curls and all the waves were completely in place. Actually, the first time I used it, immediately after using it, my sister texted me, because she actually got the same tube too, along with my other sisters as well. But she texted me, she's like, hey, have you tried it yet? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, I've already gotten 2 compliments on it. And she's someone who actually heat styles her hair. I just let my hair air dry. So we both got good results, and we both do completely different things to our hair. So yeah, highly recommended. Next thing are these right here. These are the Porto Servo with an olive lens and gold frame. Estee actually has this as well, but she has it with like a gold mirrored lens. I got this as a Christmas present from Milky Diva, and I've been loving it just because it's so light, it's so easy to wear. It also comes in like a blue mirror finish and a pink mirrored finish too, but I really like this one just because it's easy to wear, and it goes with everything. And the best thing about this is that the lens is completely flat, which is unlike anything I've ever seen out there on the market. I don't know, I have a really hard face to fit, and these actually fit, so I've been wearing them a lot lately. All right, and the last favorite, I felt like I already talked about this before, but I haven't. I actually just talked about the film that they made, but this is Death from Above. You're a Woman, I'm a Machine. It's My favorite record. I don't know why I didn't mention it before, but this is like something I always listen to. I think because a long time ago, my cousin Amy said that she likes to listen to this while driving because it's really good road rage music, or it's just really good music to drive to. And so whenever I drive, I have a playlist on my phone or on my Spotify, and I always listen to that whenever I'm driving, and I do a lot of driving. It's a great album. It's just 11 songs. I think my favorite song would have to be Black History Month. It's just a little bit more mellow, a little bit slower. I went to go see them with my friend Taylor, who's a writer for like a music article or whatever, and I remember she's like, hey, if you ever want to go to any shows, let me know. And then I saw that they were playing, and this was like 10 years after they had already broken up. So I went to go see them, and they put on an amazing show, and it's just two guys. It's just a drummer and a bassist, and the bassist, Jesse Keeler, also plays keyboards as well. And they just make such a loud sound. Like, they're incredible live. It's definitely not something that you would expect when you hear it from the record itself. You would think that, you know, they have an entire band. And the reason why I like this band so much is because they kind of have a strange relationship. Like, they were, these two guys were together in this band for a long time. They toured like relentlessly, and they just like ended up not being friends anymore. Like, they were close friends, and then they just hated each other, and then they broke up, didn't speak to one another for like 10 years or whatever, or 5 years, and then they got back together and then released their newest album 10 years after the first album. But the reason why I know all this is because I watched their documentary. I think it's called Death or Life After Death from Above, 1979. I really don't know who to compare them to because they don't really sound like anyone out there, but every single time I go out and I hear something from this album, or someone plays a track from this album, I don't know, it's nostalgic. And I feel like all the kids who grew up around my time, or like worked around my time, who like this band and like this album, they can all relate, just because I truly believe that they were on their way to becoming the best band in the world, you know? Like, they were such a talented group, and then they just broke off and kind of fell off track for a little bit. But anyway, Jesse Keeler, which is this guy over here, he went on to form Mastercraft, which is like totally different from Death from Above. It's a completely different sound, which is so amazing to me. So they're really talented musicians. They went on to do different projects and whatnot, and then they ended up getting back together and then releasing a new album right after this one. And that album, when I first heard it, I didn't really like it. It wasn't very, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it wasn't very honest. When I listened to that album for the first time, I just remember thinking, oh my God, it's very self-aware, very produced. I didn't really like it at all. Whereas this album, it sounds like they recorded it from someone's garage. You can hear all the mistakes. It was very much do-it-yourself. So like, it could very easily be someone like me and someone like a friend of mine getting together and then just joining a band and then recording 11 tracks and then calling it a day. It's a very simple album, not overly produced. And I think that's why I think it's very honest. Whereas their latest album, it took me a while to warm up to, and now I can listen to it without like cringing or anything like that. But I think this time around when they came back and wrote their second album, they just wanted to do everything right. So they were very much more aware of everything. So self-awareness kind of made the album a lot less appealing to me. Also, just being overly produced, like every sound is very crisp and clear, and even his voice, you can't really hear the struggle and breathing and playing the drums at the same time and whatnot, because in this band, Sebastian, he's the drummer as well as lead singer, so you can hear him breathe like really hard and just kind of struggle a little bit in this album. So that's why I like it so much. I know this is kind of like a difficult album review to watch because I love this band so much, and it's just really hard to hear the second album, but just give it a listen. Let me know what you think. I can't be the only one who thinks this way, so let me know your thoughts on this album, and then if you have the chance, listen to the second album and let me know your thoughts on that. I think the true fans, like the hardcore fans, will love the second album no matter what, just because they're very loyal. I've always loved this band, but I can't get used to the second album. You know what? There is one song that I really like on the second album. It's called White is Red. So if you were to give it a chance, give that song a listen because it's actually really good. Yeah, so those are my favorites, or my general favorites. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. If you have any recommendations, especially for skincare, let me know in the comments section down below. I'll link everything that I've talked about in the description box as well. as well as all the promo codes that I have. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.